We're live?
We're live.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night Shredders Unite business call. And tonight, Sean's not feeling his best, so he wrote out a message that he wanted me to share with you guys. So just imagine Sean saying this, okay? To introduce the call. ER Shred transformed our health. What appears simple about the ER Shred protocol are actually quite profound innovations. ER Shred reignited our business. We've never seen people come back for more like this, not at this rate and not with this kind of enthusiasm. We have people raising their hands saying, pick me around the business, and they're going out and sharing naturally. We just don't even have the time to follow up with it all. It's a welcome change after years of wondering what went wrong. The announcement around the opportunity tonight is also very simple on the surface. You probably won't think much of it. However, its simplicity is genius. This resource is the culmination what we believe are the best business practices in network marketing. The resource leaves out what our ER Shred culture would prefer to leave out, again, based on vast experience as professionals. This is truly special, as Bob was commissioned, actually begged to get this thing done, and he delivered, but only with the collaborative help of Tara Cooper, Jessica Leonard, Olivier Elg, Adam Sisk, Kimber King, and Kate Rindlisbacher. Bob Sievewright is a good person, just a good soul. You can sense it. He means well and has good intentions. He has been there for us for many years, and in the last 6 months, we have become united as one in mission and purpose. Our goal, to get back what was lost. Bob eats, sleeps, drinks, breathes, and dreams ER Shred. Bob has a business mind, and we have consulted with him every step of the way in ER Shred. Bob's wife, Allie, is an angel, and she has been supportive of Bob and ER Shred. Thank you, Allie. We love you. Bob has agreed to be the new weekly host of this Shredders Unite biz call, and it's only appropriate that we utilize Bob's immense love for network marketing along with his vast experience gained from a career in this financial business world. Crystal and I thank you for bleeding ER Shred for the last 4 months. There's no one who deserves being named ER Shred ambassador more than you. Congratulations, wow. Bob, for becoming the second ever ER Shred ambassador, along with Jesse James Jamnick.
Yay.
Wow. I did not expect that, guys.
Oh.
Thank you. This is a really, really cool group. I mean, that's just such a wonderful collaboration, such amazing people. And I will hopefully ask this of Tony and Randy soon, but I think it's a first. I've never seen a group that you, Crystal, and Sean have put together that literally are from the entire company, that not necessarily financially connected, but of the same heart. And as such, the people that have given themselves freely, that have put together this whole program, it's breathtaking. But that said, that only reemphasizes for me that this is divinely inspired. And that's what I always felt from the very beginning when I first heard this story and John Anderson and heard about your wonderful mom and dad, Randy and Tony. And I have to say, Sean, dude, you came from good stock. So let's get this party started. I have been on pins and needles, excited about interviewing Randi and Tony Escobar. I mean, they are the icons of the network marketing industry. And for those that have not been around Isogenics or haven't been around ER Shred for a while, they've been in the background advising us, but they've been kind of staying out of it, allowing it to be kind of Randy and Crystal and our group's show, because they felt they've done it. But I have to say, without question, none of us would be sitting here today if it wasn't for Randi and Tony Escobar. And in fact, the ER Shred culture was born of their mindset. And from my vision in talking with Sean, I'm a big time history buff, but I feel that if you're gonna really create a purpose and have a vision, I think people have to know not only where they came from and where their roots are, but basically what is our vision and how are we going to share this with the world? And our whole goal with ER Shred is to simply take John Anderson's vision along with Randi and Tony Escobar by focusing on individual results and paying it forward in changing the world. The one thing that I want to get into, and this will, and I'll try not to be long, but I have to introduce Tony and Randi and kind of highlight some of the things that they have done. Randi and Tony led the field with their focus on results, and as such, they became the number where they were the first $1 million earners with our company, and today they're still the top earners to date. But of the many, many awards, they're authors or motivational speakers. I know Tony's an herbalist, he's a formulator, he's been recognized, he's spoken in front of medical groups on his knowledge of cleansing. But I think some of the most amazing things are they've received congressional commendation from the House of Representatives of the United States. They've been recognized by gubernatorial groups and state legislatures, at least 11 that I could count from. They've been nominated for the Guinness Book of World Records for literally trailblazing, setting the standard for the fastest growing network marketing business. But I think one of the nicest things to say about them is to quote somebody who I have a lot of respect for, and that is Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Tony and Randi are wonderful, entertaining, and animated speakers and trainers that passionately attract and mesmerize an audience. They inspire, they encourage, and they bring out the best in people. Their knowledge, presence, and delivery on stage is unparalleled in the network marketing industry, an industry that they have impacted and certainly changed. Now, for us here at ER Shred, we not only have Sean and Crystal, but with Randi and Tony, we have the best. And to have this opportunity to be coached and mentored, I have goosebumps. So I know that I'm on the Escobar team. I'm not directly related financially to Sean and Crystal, but I told him this a year ago. If I ever had another chance at this business, an opportunity to do it right for the first time, when I first came here, for those that know my story, I was very interested in the health turnaround. I had zero interest in the business, and I had a piss poor attitude about the industry. I wasn't coachable, and it held me back. And I literally I was in the back of the room with my arms crossed saying, good for you, Peter, you go for it. I'll throw you people because this isn't about, I'm not interested. And I feel apologetic. I feel a little embarrassed that I didn't see the opportunity, but I was always moved from the heart, from emotion. And the people that moved me most were Randi and Tony Escobar because they've always stayed connected. You lift our spirit every time I see you. And I want to get this thing started with the early years. And that is for the people who don't know. Can you please share with us, Randi, I think it started with you, but I don't know, do you want to share the magic box story?
I've been preparing for the magic box story. I have my magic box. And this one has the ice-a-guy on it, you'll notice. I love you, Bob. I'm so excited for you to be an ambassador. I didn't know that was happening tonight. Sean kept it a secret, and Crystal, and what a beautiful thing, and no one deserves it more than you. And now we have two, and pretty soon we'll have the three amigos, I hope. But anyway, you're starting and laying groundwork for something beautiful here. And there's a metamorphosis going on, and I believe what ER Shred's going to do is change the industry back to what it was originally envisioned to be. And I want to be a part of that. I love this industry. I love what it's done for my family. I've seen it make a difference in so many people's families, and we haven't even gotten started. And if you look around us at what's happening right now in our world, we need something like ER Shred. People need it. People need something to believe in, something to trust, something to share with others, and something that's going to make a difference in lives. And I'm really excited about this. Tony and I were talking today, we feel like Sean and Crystal are having a new baby. I mean, she told me no more babies, but this is their baby, so, and it's everyone else's too who's contributing. But I feel like something very, very, very exciting is happening. In 2002, we had worked to build a company for our family for about 20 years. Sean will tell you, he helped ship. He worked down at the company, all the children did. We built it from nothing and we worked so hard. They worked in the warehouse, they did inventory. In fact, one of my children said the best education I ever got was not at college, it was working in that business. And it was a business that was a dream business. Tony was creating nutritional products and we were selling to health food stores and pharmacies. It was a retail business. And in 2002, and right at and actually it started in 9/11, 2001, I remember seeing that plane fly into that building and thinking this cannot be happening in our country, and watched it go down. As it went down, we were concerned for all the people that were involved, of course, and we couldn't believe that it had happened. But the aftershocks of 9/11 were not talked about so much, and they went through many businesses, and you knew this because of your business. I was going to talk to you about this today before the call. You knew this, Bob. You saw what it did to businesses. You saw how many people's life dreams crumbled when that happened, because it changed things that could be brought in and out of the country for a while. So marketing was a little bit different for a long time. And we had a beautiful staff who we loved, and we kept them with us, but we couldn't get any product through the border for a good, oh my gosh, a long time. So we used up all of our inventory because we were a small family company. And we kept paying all of our employees for months. And by April of that year, we were just about ready to go bankrupt. We were going to lose our house. We were going to have to lay off employees. We were going to lose our cars. We were down to, what do we do now? This is 20 years worth of family business disintegrating before our eyes. Our children did not know how bad and dire it was at the time. And so we were hoping and praying that we could find a way to save our company. And this little brown box arrived, my box here, on the doorstep one day. And I remember it vividly because the doorbell rang and I raced Tony to the door in my pajamas to pick up the box. And I saw it and I looked at him and what did you say?
I said, what did you buy now?
And I said, I didn't buy anything. What did you buy now?
Yeah.
Because we were that tight.
We almost hit our heads as we both went down to pick up the box at the same time.
And we opened that box and there was a note on the top of it from John Anderson. And it said, this is my greatest, what was it? Greatest,
my greatest creation.
Creation was the word. He said, this is my greatest creation.
And it will change your life.
It'll change your life forever. Try it and tell me what you think. And I thought, oh my God, it's from John. And Tony goes, I know, but what is it? We open it up and it's these badly packaged bottles with really like paper labels drawn on, and a bunch of, and it had a tape.
They were good labels.
They were good labels. It was brand new.
Yeah.
It had a tape measure with it. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's weight loss. Can't be weight loss. And we pulled it up and I thought, what is this for? So I called him and I said, what are you doing here? And he said, I've been thinking about you. And he said, I want you to try this product and tell me what you think. You've got one of the first kits I've sent, and I want you to tell me what you think. And I said, John, is it weight loss? And he said, not necessarily just weight loss, it's nutrition. And I said, okay, but I'm the worst candidate you could ever pick for this. I gain weight drinking water. And he laughed and starving. And he said, try it and let me know what you think. So I did the 9-day cleanse. He didn't know at the time that I was in the shape I was in because I was scared to death about what we were going through. He didn't know at the time that I wasn't sleeping well. He didn't know at the time that I was afraid. And he didn't know at the time that taking on and trying a new product was about the last thing on my agenda. But I loved him and I knew him and I tried that product. And it changed my life. I mean, it changed my life. And it wasn't about the weight loss. I felt better. I had energy. I started believing in things that could be. And I had a whole new outlook on my situation. And I called him back 9 days later and gave him my results. And I said, here's my results, the inches, the pounds. And I said, but John, there's something very special about this product. It changed how I looked at life. It gave me hope. Well, you're doing the same thing with ER Shred. You're bringing people hope. You know, we eventually I went to the gym. You know, I had a gym that I went to, and I went to the gym because I wanted to stop by and work out real quick. And I had lost all this weight, and I had one of the trainers there who was with us in Isogenics for, oh gosh, he's been in for 25 years. Not 25, but a good number of years, about 19 years. He came in the first year. Anyway, he said to me, have you had liposuction? Did you cave and go get liposuction? And I laughed and I said, no way did I have liposuction. What are you talking about? And he says, you look good. You're glowing. You look good. And I said, no, I didn't do liposuction. I'm trying this product a friend sent me. And he says, I want to know about that product. Pretty soon, I had all these people wanting to know about it, and I hadn't even learned about the business. I wasn't even told there was a business when John sent it, because we try things for him from time to time. But anyway, I eventually started having these people following me around from the sports ball, asking me what I did, where they could get it. So I called John and I said, what are we going to do with this? People want the product. What do you want me to do with it? And he said, well, they can just sign up and buy it and have it shipped right to them, Randy. And I said, yeah. And he says, the good part is they'll all be under you. And I said, what does that mean?
Make money, yeah.
And I hope that'll help you make some extra money. And I thought, I never connected the money to this product. I thought it was one of John's products. I didn't know how he was marketing it. And I said, okay, so tell me what to do. And he sent me some forms. And all of a sudden, our office had a string of people walking in it every day trying to get this product. It's having me sign them up and trying to get this product because they wanted to use the product. And we didn't even know what we were doing. I didn't even know the marketing plan. And all of a sudden I got a check for $750. And by the end of the first month, what was it? It was crazy, but it started really growing. And we had a celebration 2 months later, I think 3 months later in July. And there were 700 people there. Sean was a founder. He became a founder by doing basically paid as executive, right? And Bonnie Perkins is on, I think. Bonnie was the founder. There were a few founders that came on. We had a lovely luncheon for the founders, and they got cold cuts and what was it? It was just a simple luncheon and a pin. And we were over the moon. Carol Taylor was there, Renata Lee, some of the great ones. And it was before Jimmy Smith. And all of a sudden we were in there at that beautiful luncheon, and we felt like nobody was talking about money. Everybody was talking about people changing lives. It was the most amazing thing. And so that magic box was divinely sent to my address at that moment by a person I believe in. And it changed the way I looked at life. It changed my family's income forever. It changed so many lives. I couldn't believe how many people would call me. If I found people in airports coming up to me I didn't know, and they were chasing us and they were asking us, can we talk to you? And they were in somebody's group that was under us, and they were telling me this made a difference for their moms. It made a difference for their children. It made a difference for their loved ones, and crying with me in airports. And I thought, what better way to spend your life than this? I met you, and you told me your story outside of the building at Celebration one time. And we cried together. Remember, Bob? And I was leaving.
I do.
I know. And we had a moment, and I've never felt as close to anybody as I did to you that day. And so when you were asked to interview me, I thought, this guy knows the ins and outs and all of the stuff that's gone on in this company, all it took to build it. I'm so grateful to be here with you tonight. And I'm going to turn the time back to you.
The whole idea, though, of a results-based driven business wasn't born. It just naturally occurred.
Yes.
And the right people happened to be attracted to John at the right time, and they too had the same vision without really articulating it. I came in a little later on through Peter Greenlaw, but Peter was mentored by Tony. I know he spent time with both of you when he basically had his results. He lived with you. Okay.
He knocked on my door one day and said, I'm here from Denver. And I said, oh, how lovely. How long will you be here? He said, as long as it takes. He moved in. It was great. We had a blast.
But it was that initial meeting with Peter and your kind hearts, obviously inviting him in, you were the one that directed him and gave him guidance. But at that time, obviously, Tony, you were talking about a results-based business to lead with the product. How did it evolve? I mean, is it natural with the Escobars? I mean, with both you and Tony, I mean, in terms of you intuitively know how to elevate people. I mean, Randy, I said this to your son, Sean, the other day. We all remember Patrick Greenlaw. This was Peter's brother.
Love Patrick.
Patrick was one of those amazing souls that it didn't matter who you were, but you felt like you were the most important person in the room, or maybe even in the city when he entered. And he always made you feel better seeing you. And I just said that same energy, both Randy, you have and Tony has. And it doesn't matter whenever you, like when meeting you that outside of the lobby there at that celebration and had that emotional moment. I mean, you lifted me up, and I thought, wow, this is something, because you have that innate ability to get the best out of others. And is that just something that you understood about the industry, or is that just, I mean, is that just part of your DNA? I mean, because literally that's kind of where the culture, that's why I wanted to get that tonight. How did this culture develop? And you were the trailblazers. You set the standard.
Well, you know,
you set the tone.
I want to say one more thing and let Tony talk. But I really think it's about the people, and I think it's about our intention, and I think it's about believing that we can make a difference for someone. I mean, what means more to, you know, you tie a little kid's shoe, and they look up at you, and then you say, "I can teach you how to tie that shoe." You make the bunny ears, you go around, and you teach that person to tie that shoe, that especially a child, and they never forget how the rest of their lives. And I was worried that we were going to be in trouble, and someone taught me a new way to take a product that would make me feel the way it did and do something with it by sharing it with others, and create something that would feed a lot of people's children, pay for a lot of college educations, but most of all, make a difference in their lives. That product moved people. So I think it was a combination between timing, the right people being attracted to us, which I think is divinely inspired, and a product that can make a difference that quickly with people, where they can have an experience with it, and sharing it forward, and sharing something good that makes the difference that people are all wondering about. How come I feel so good on this shred? Why is this working? It never occurred to anyone before. And I think the same thing is happening. This is second generation, and it's going to be bigger than first generation. You watch.
Well,
so I got to get Tony talking, but Tony, I got to ask you a question. Why did it take you 19 years to figure out that it was the carbohydrates that were causing the problem?
Let me, the first thing I want to say here, Bob, is, you know, I'm not taking any credit. Randy and I are not taking any credit for ER Shred at all. Mm-hmm. That's an innovation. That's creativity and innovation from Sean and Crystal. Okay,
I understand. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to clarify that, and also, Sean was the only one of all my children that jumped into isogenics. The rest didn't want to do it. Okay, and you know, I knew nothing about network marketing when we very first jumped into isogenics, but I saw the way the company was doing the business, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. And so I decided, I said to Randy, Randy, we got to be creative here, innovative. And we came up with the nutritional cleansing. And at that time, you know, it took off. But the interesting thing is, you know, behind every motivation, there's a motive. And we had a motive. In the very beginning, we had a motive. First of all, we were in debt to the tune of $600,000. We'd lost everything, okay? And we jumped into isogenics. I jumped in reluctantly. I really didn't go for it.
You kind of got drugged in.
Yeah, Randy drugged me in because she looked at me and she said, this product, this company's divinely inspired. And I said, I don't know God you're praying to, but my God doesn't like network marketing, and he certainly doesn't like weight loss, rapid weight loss. But my motive really at the time was I was hungry, we were hungry, and we needed the money. Well, as of today, I don't really know what our earnings are, but I'm sure it's approaching about 30, our family, which includes Sean and Crystal, we're approaching $35 million. I mean, I'm not going to say that all you are going to earn that much money. It's all a matter of who you know, how hard you're willing to work. But I can honestly tell you this, our income would not be anywhere near where it is if it was not for Sean and Crystal and their efforts over 19 years. It wouldn't be there. As their contribution to this company has been incredible. I mean, to me, they are unsung heroes in the company. But you see, my attitude was, if you want to learn how to do network marketing, just do it and you'll learn how. Okay, so we did it. We jumped in with both feet, and we jumped in and we did it, and worked hard, worked smart. We worked smart because we came out with an innovative idea, nutritional cleansing. Well, what is ER Shred?
It's an incredible system.
That's a reincarnation of the concept, only the concept. But Sean and Crystal came out with a concept. Believe it or not, the results of this concept, ER Shred, I mean, it's way, way, way better, more effective than what the original concept was in the very beginning when Randi and I started in the company.
Nobody gave me steak and butter.
No, we didn't get steak and butter, not at all. And, but
lobsters.
But anyway, we learned one thing, and we worked our tails off because our focus was on impacting and enriching other people's lives.
Making a difference.
Making a difference in their lives. Watching people get healthy. Watching. I remember looking at people and just seeing how they enjoyed the culture. And that's what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing your community, ER Shred community, helping people. I see them impacting and enriching people's lives. It's amazing to see. I see their skin glowing from the inside out. I mean, they're eating meat and butter and bacon, and I'm sitting there going, it doesn't seem right, but it is. You can't knock the results. You cannot. The results are overwhelming.
You can see them literally coming out of their cocoons. I watch and read a lot of the stuff that goes on in the threads, and I thought, well, here's this quiet, nice little lady, and all of a sudden she's going crazy, bringing people in, excited, going nuts, and her personality is just blooming, blossoming right before your eyes. What's better than that? I mean, what's better than that? These moms are so much more creative than we were when we were building. I mean, they're so skilled on the computer. They know how to talk to people. They know how to set up websites. I have to call Sean over all the time to help me do that. I mean, he goes, Mom, and I'm going, which button? But these ladies are wizards. I mean, and you see it too. This community is a magnet, and it's attracted some really, really impressive people with backgrounds like Bob, and people who are doing this for the first time. But on that platform, they all have even ground. They're all members. They're all a part of it, and they can all contribute.
Part of of my job, I see it, and I do like the numbers, and I do like comparing it to other businesses. My job is this. I think that network marketing, for various reasons, has really gotten the shaft. It's being looked upon as beneath most individuals, that it's the last stop, that you're not qualified for a real job. And having the luxury of being on the other side and evaluating all these companies for 25 years and seeing it all, there's not another culture like this. And there's not another, I would say, mission that aligns with your vision. That is, everybody is looking to change lives. And I don't, like Sean, I don't understand. I have my beliefs. I wonder. I do believe that there's a God, and I just don't understand the synchronicities. But I do feel that it's predestined that everybody in ER Shred and everybody in these isogenics tends to arrive at that right time. And I think that, recalling the conversation you and I had, I stayed away from Celebration. We call it Celebration, our annual event. I stayed away from it because it was one of those things. And I didn't want to get cooties. I didn't want to be seen with these people. I didn't want anything to do with it. And 2 years in, I'm watching the success of Randy and Tony, and I'm seeing Peter and so on. I'm thinking, there must be something to this. So he invited me to Phoenix, and we had a small cocktail party of about 100 of us, and met the Cougars and everybody, and Dr. Harper, and I was thoroughly impressed. But the most amazing part of me hearing you guys speak is that I had a midlife crisis, and I was in a situation where I lost my marriage, and I didn't intend for that to happen. But the thing that tore me apart was the separation with my daughter and realizing that I'd only have 50% of my time with her. So my prayer, even though I was an isogenics guy, my prayer that I literally went to church every day on my hands and on my knees, praying, dear Lord, please use my God-given talents so that I can give back to my community and make a difference. And in the process, support my daughter and spend the time and be a good dad. I mean, basically that was my prayer. I said that every day from 2001 to 2004 when I started this program. And I was still saying it in 2006 when I met Randy at Top Achievers. And the only thing that I feel embarrassed about is that obviously I'm a slow learner, but I had the same prayer and motivation that what you have shared with me tonight. And it sounds like, and I see these angel kisses or these synchronicities throughout isogenics. So from a standpoint of Tony ER Shred, where we are today, I mean, I know that Sean has birthed this wonderful idea along with Jesse. I was reticent. Honestly, I was Chicken Little. I had to watch you guys go through it. I was doing an 11-day cleanse with my team, and you know, Sean, you got to join us. You got to join us on the first one. And I thought, no, I'll let you go, because I didn't, you know, I knew Sean was doing well, but I wanted to see how you, Tony and Randy, were doing. And thankfully, you even answered my phone call, because I said, I got to call them up and ask them, how do they do? Are they feeling okay? I mean, did you eat steak every night? But what I want to do with this call is I got to build belief in others. And I also want to inspire about what's possible. Not the fact that we're all going to become independently wealthy, which is possible. Everybody has the same opportunity. But I want people to understand that there literally are no limitations with this. And that is, this is unseen in any other industry in our world, in our economy.
Bob, let me
we have limitations, but not here.
Yeah, let me just interrupt you a minute. Network marketing, okay, ER Shred is not a network marketing culture, okay? It's a movement.
I agree with that.
It's a movement, okay? It's a movement. And, you know, I've listened in on a lot of your calls, and I've heard the testimonials. And it's obvious to me that it is the results that are driving people. The results are driving them. And, you know, I remember years ago when we were heavily involved, when we were really hungry, wanted to get out of debt. You know, our focus was always on helping other people, always on impacting and enriching their lives. And that's what ER Shred is all about. The money, you focus on the mission and the commission will come. And, you know, ER Shred is a crusade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crusade, and it's inviting the whole world. It's inviting everybody to join it, to come into it.
Everybody's welcome.
Okay, everybody is welcome. to come into this, and and I'm thrilled. I am really thrilled because ER Shred is igniting new optimism, new passion, new enthusiasm. Okay, and it's being led by you, by Jesse, by Sean and Crystal, and many others. I mean, all of you on this call right now are obligated. You're obligated to get out there and share it forward. Share this concept, share this innovation forward. I mean, it's a remarkable concept. It really is. People have just got to get on it, do it.
Experience it.
Let me tell you, the timing is perfect. You know as well as I know, Bob, you've been in the financial industry. You know that time is precious. Time is a currency. Once you waste time, it is gone forever. You can never, ever, ever get it back. Well, right now, the time is right. The timing is perfect.
People are working from home.
Okay, it's your time. It's everybody on this call's time. It's time to get it done. I'll tell you something right now, okay? There are so many people out there that are hurting. You know as well as I do, okay? Animals eat to live. People live to eat. I've watched people for years, my friends who were younger, that were spending all of their health in pursuit of wealth. Today, they're older and they're spending their wealth in pursuit of health. They're hurting. And we've got something here that is going to help people. And, and I know what Sean and Crystal's motivation was from the very beginning of this concept. They were sick and tired of being sick and tired. They were sick and tired of seeing all their friends being sick and tired. You see, and they saw this as a vehicle, as a vehicle to help other people. And those of you that know Sean and Crystal, it's not about the money. It's about helping people. Can everybody do what Randy and I have done? Can everybody do what Sean and Crystal have done? Yes, they can. They can. If they're hungry enough, if they are committed, if they believe in themselves, they can do what we did. We didn't know nothing about network marketing in the very beginning. But let me tell you something right now. We're getting a renewed motivation as a result of ER Shred. And like I told you before, I'm not taking any credit for it, and I never will. I mean, this is wonderful what has happened here. Wonderful. Because of what it's done for you.
One of the things that you're talking about, and maybe some people here in the audience may not recognize this, and that is, as an investment money manager, people would always come to me and want like the best investment, best stock idea, what's the hottest tip, et cetera. And I'm like, that's not what it's about. I'll teach you how to invest, and I'll teach you hopefully make better decisions. But what it really is being opportunistic and identifying cycles. And when I look back at the history of our economy, every 7 years, you're going to have a dislocation. You usually get a doozy, and you can literally go 87 market crash, 1994 Mexican peso, 2001 internet bubble, 2007-8 we had the mortgage crisis with the securitized mortgages. 2015 we kind of skated through that, but the doozy obviously was here with the pandemic. But that said, every 20 years you have a major cycle. And some people call this Fibonacci cycles, and they get into real, graphs and such. But if you go back from World War II or even previously World War II, World War I to World War II was about 20 years apart, 23 years apart. We had a huge cycle in 87. We got hit again in 2007, devastatingly to our economy. Mm-hmm. This one might even be more so. But that's where I look at ER Shred in terms of, it's just the oddest thing to me that out of the depths of despair, literally a phoenix was born out of this. Even within our own company, with people feeling disgruntled, not having the right direction or not seeing the results that they once were receiving, this concept was born literally at the bottom. So when I'm sitting here looking back on it and I look at life that has happened behind me, I'm old enough now at 59 to realize, okay, I missed a couple of these and I'm no longer in the financial industry. That said, I'm in this opportunity and I have you as my mentors and I see this 20-year cycle. I mean, we literally, it's not just a gut punch. I mean, this is world crisis. I don't know, it'll take maybe decades for the country and the economies to recover. But what we can do in the process is we can get people healthy and we can show them how it gets paid for. And that's really the whole crux of this business model, is that if everybody got their products paid for, nobody would quit. And if that occurred, the opportunity is immense. What would be your like 1, 2 top ideas, 3 ideas for people just starting or hearing this? What would be your thoughts, Tony and Randy, in terms of what would you tell us?
Well,
you have the greatest opportunity before you if you look at it right, and it will cost you very little to get involved, and you'll get better health from it. And the people that you share it with are going to thank you for it. A lot of them will come along with you, and you get to choose who you work with. You don't get to do that in most workplaces.
well, you know, there are several things, Bob, that are the foundation of success. And I'm not going to sit here and do a training spiel, but we were successful in our business because we were committed. We were hungry for success. We had a lot of debt. And in 2 years, we got rid of that debt and also had our retirement after only 2 years.
We were in our mid-50s with no retirement.
Yeah. And like I said before, you have to have a motive to become motivated. And our motive obviously was, we were hungry. We
wanted to be debt free.
We wanted to be debt. We wanted to get out of debt. You see, we believed in ourselves and we believed that we could do it. And everybody on this call, you have to believe you can do this, and you've got to focus on the mission of ER Shred. And what is its mission? Its mission is to help others, to impact and enrich their lives, okay? And then to share it forward, share the results forward, get a testimony and share that testimony, okay? And you've got to believe in the ER culture. It's going viral. The ER culture is going viral. It's, let me tell you something, you're all a part of something huge. This is a ground floor opportunity. It's a ground floor opportunity that you can share with your friends and everybody around you. It really is. And it's growing, organically growing. You've seen it yourself. You've seen it grow yourself.
How do you recommend to people?
But focus on, like you said, focus on people, helping people to get their products paid for. Isogenics is a vehicle. Isogenics products are fantastic products, and it's really helping the ER Shred concept. It's helping immensely. The Isoline Pro shakes, and then all of your bone broth and your—
The bone broth's great.
The bone broth is fantastic, but we all have to be product result driven. We've got to work hard, work smart. ER Shred is working smart.
And not only product result driven, but system result driven. Because it's a system.
The beauty of ER Shred is so simple. We're not out there recruiting people. We're out there attracting them to us.
Right.
I have one question though, because this is the part that's puzzling. So I look at people who are successful, and you have to be driven. You have to be motivated, as you said. But when you started this, I know your goal was you wanted to help people, but you also wanted to get out of debt. But did you have any idea how successful this? You didn't have any idea it would become this successful, or did you?
We were one of those. We were like just one of you looking at us and listening to us right now. We didn't know what our future was going to hold. We had no idea. All we knew was that we needed to get out of debt and we needed a purpose, because we were so depressed. We were depressed when we were losing our business. We're depressed when we're 3 weeks away from a bankruptcy. Okay. And we pulled it out because you know what? We believed in ourselves and we believed in our concept.
And we believed in our people.
Just like all of you believe in your concept, believe in your movement, believe in your culture. ER Shred, it is an amazing culture. And like I said, it's going to go viral. There's nothing going to stop it.
I have to tell you, we went to that first celebration and a lot of people who were on our team at that time were people just like us. They needed something. They wanted to make something, you know, we had Don Nooner with us. He was a great contributor. He was a great guy. Bonnie and Paul were with us. And a lot of our people were going through financial crises at the time. So a lot of the people that they had brought into Isagenix had barely afforded to buy their first kit. And then they got a little bit coming in so they could pay for their kit. We told them they all needed to come down to the celebration. And some of them, some of them was really, really, really hard for them to get to that celebration. A lot of them found family friends that lived near Phoenix that they could stay with. They didn't even rent hotel rooms. Their whole meal during the celebration was their product. They were carrying around their shakes with them and eating shakes at the breaks. And they wanted to be there that bad. But out of those people, they gave out all the awards, and the first 5 top income earners were from our team, and they were all barely there financially. All of them
were in deep trouble.
They beat out all the seasoned network marketers who had joined and been in many companies. And they came and they won these awards, and I was crying. I couldn't stop crying. But Bonnie was there; she knows. You asked the people that were there. We were all crying, and Miss Carol Taylor came up to me and said, "Where are you finding these people that are doing these amazing things?" And you know what? We had a guy who delivered pizza, who was trying to earn enough money. I still remember Ken. Yeah. He was trying to earn enough money to buy a little bit better truck that would get him from Salt Lake to St. George, which is about 300 miles on the weekend, so he could go see his son because he didn't have transportation money and he couldn't afford to go see his son. So he said, "Randy, if I share this with a bunch of people, I'm going to save it. I'm going to buy me a truck." And you know that guy, in about 5 months, he had a new truck. And I mean, these are the stories. These are the things that are dear to my heart. I mean, we had a little gal who just wanted to have a wedding dress for her wedding. And she says, "I just want to have a wedding dress. I don't want to go rent one. I want to be able to buy one and keep it for my daughter so she can want to wear my dress someday or something." And she did that. I mean, these are the people. So what builds this? Determination and heart.
What you're going to see here, Bob, with this ER Shred, you're going to see people evolve.
It's wonderful.
You're going to see them evolve. You're going to see them break out of their shells. And it's going to be wonderful to see. I've seen some of the calls. And what's really, really motivational is when you see all these people who are crying because of the results.
Somebody cares.
These are tears of joy. Okay, and that motivates people. But you see, we have to get out there and share it forward. We've got to share this concept forward. We have to do it. We have to invite people into the culture. This, like I say, this is not a typical network marketing culture. It's a movement. And the results are unbelievable. And so
one of my hopes for both of you guys, and this is what I'm hoping you will stay involved with us, is that we can only grow as large as our vision. And so a lot of times people will arrive at their goal and I've arrived. You're unique in that you were able to constantly grow your hearts, but grow your vision. And that's part of the culture, is that it's not, the how is we do the 4 products, we follow the meat diet, we have amazing results. That's the how. But our why, our vision and our motivation is different. And that is making a difference, having contribution. But that bigger vision is, I do believe we can impact the world, and we can literally sustain your legacy along with John Anderson's vision.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really how this was born.
That'd be wonderful.
But I mean, if there's one thing that I am hoping that we can maintain is we can keep that vision center and front, but always evolving, but always growing. And is there anything that you would recommend we do?
Well, what is exciting for me is I'm watching people evolve and I'm watching them grow.
They're growing.
I mean, I've watched Jesse. Jesse's evolving. He's becoming a master at what he does. I've watched him. I've watched you. You're evolving. I've watched Lenny Evans. He's evolving. I've Sean and Crystal. Every one of you are evolving.
And everyone is contributing.
And everyone, you know, and Sean and I have talked about this. He's excited about the culture and how everybody is working together as one. And it's a beautiful thing to see. And, you know, and all that's going to happen going forward, more and more people are going to get involved. More and more people are going to be impacted. And we're going to see Isagenix go through the roof because of ER Shred.
One thing that's happening is network marketing is not, it doesn't have to be a lot of hype. What it has to be is sincere and true, and it can grow. I mean, if you take people and they become encouraged to share it with people they don't know, and they see the difference in them, and that creates it creates a new culture, and it keeps growing. I think network marketing had a bad name because people abused it. They used it for just, you know, it was just all about the money and who could have the biggest watch and the nicest car. You're not about that. You're not about that.
No.
It's true network marketing is what it is, where anybody from any background, from any walk of life can join and be a part of this family we're creating. And can have, and with everybody contributing, you have all this talent and energy, and it's going to explode. You're doing it the right way, and I think that's
there's literally nothing like this in the world, and I have a lot of experience with companies. There's not another company in the world that has this, and it's I wake up with body chills, and even today, working on the business site, to see the contribution and the time and effort, but the joy that my little small team has in just helping one another, and we're not financially connected. I couldn't explain this in a textbook. People would I want to know, what are you guys on and why are you doing this? But they caught the vision. The small team has the vision, and I know we're going to grow it. And that's kind of why I hope people do enjoy it. I mean, I do want, Tony, you're going to end this here with how you always say how you love what you do and so on. But I did want to say this. Sean did say, please make sure you join Shredders Unite, the Facebook page. The website page is ershred.biz, ershred.biz. It's up. It's not 100%. We still have things we're working on. But I think if you go to it, you'll catch the vision. And what I want people to realize is that this isn't network marketing. And I know I can give Olivier a hard time because he's like, oh, Bob, but all the network marketing companies are doing it this way. And I'm like, great, we're not doing anything near that. I'm going to run from it. And I have used the genius of Steve Jobs and Apple, Simon Sinek, who identified and created a whole career on your why, on the golden circle. That's the core. That's ER Shred. So when you hear them speak about Apple and who they are and what they do, they had a vision, they had a mission. ER Shred is the same thing, and we think different. We're unique. We are the crazy ones. We are crazy enough to think we can change the world. And I know for certain, based on the past experience, with a program that didn't work as well, we changed the world. This one has the potential to, as Tony said, to really have an impact. So Tony, you always ended your meetings. I know we're coming up close to the top of the hour, but how do you always had that compassion?
Listen, I'm just wondering, I want every one of you, I want to encourage you to invite people on your calls. I want every one of you to invite people on the ER Shred calls. It's so important to get them on, to listen to your testimonials. that testimonial call is fantastic. And yes, Randy and I, we've said this all along, and that is that if you always do what you've always done, you will always be what you've always been, and you'll never be what you could have been. And I'm going to end it with this. And we've said this on almost every call we've ever done. When we love what we do, we do what we love. Okay, we love who we serve, and we serve who we love. And I know I say that on behalf of Sean and Crystal as well. They love you all. We love you all. And thank you so much for having us. We're so grateful to be a part of it. And and Bob, you're going to do an absolutely marvelous job hosting these calls.
They're going to be amazing.
It's beautiful to see.
And this new baby's growing up.
Your new baby's growing for sure.
It is. I'm tears, chills. I'll remember this for the rest of my life. God willing, I hope I'm on this earth for a long time. But the potential, the future, it's breathtaking. It's life-changing. It's inspiring. And it's everything that I could dream of. I'm just grateful for all of you and for everybody that's contributed and for our ER Shred community. I beg of you to take a look at ershred.biz just from the standpoint of getting your products paid for, and then let's see what's next. We'll grow your vision. But I do believe we have the tools in place so that everybody will have support and mentorship, but everybody has the opportunity to flourish, to reach their dreams. And I see the energy, I see the emotion, and I see the tears every one of these calls, which is so unique. I mean, I was telling Sean, I go, it's marketing gold. I mean, you can't pay for this. But here I am in tears, and I'm not a guy, except for the second time. This is my second time live that I've cried. I did that outside my backyard, but Sean told me it would happen. And the reason why I got teary-eyed is I was having such a frustrating time to explain myself or to articulate to Facebook Live why I was different. I wanted my wife to say, please tell them I'm different. And I know that this program is literally a blessing from God, but it has brought my health to a level that I never thought possible. Tony, I hope maybe someone will spend some time on studying the science behind it. I do see that being fat adaptive, Jesse, that I'm not seeing the highs and lows with my sugar highs and lows, and my mood doesn't swing back and forth. Fat adaptive, man, I'm just chill and plain all day long. It's just an amazing energy. But as such, I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm nicer to be around. Even people who have known me for years are like going, wow, you're actually kind of fun to talk to now. But we are all changing. And I have to give credit again to Sean and Crystal and for this program and how it was birthed. And guys, let's go to work. Sean, I got to hand it back to you, buddy. I hope you're feeling good enough.
Hey, Bob. Thanks so much. Crystal turned off these lights because I'm starting to sweat right here. Hey, thank you so much. This was very, very moving for all of us, I'm sure. And we love you guys. Bob, you're something special. You just, it's almost like having someone that just sees everything the way that we see it. It's crazy, creepy, cool how that comes together. Those synchronicities. But you guys, I'm with you guys. Everybody go over to ershred.biz and check it out. And then, tomorrow night, Jesse will have a call, the Shred Your Body call in the group at ershredders.com if you want to get there. And then Wednesday night is the Come Alive call. So yeah, Dad, thanks for the shout out on that. Guys, bring your friends, your family, and any of you that are willing to share. A lot of you probably haven't before. We'd love to have you. Just private message us beforehand and let us know. Anything else?
I just want to say that I loved your message, you guys, Tony and Randy. Like, I was really feeling like emotional on some parts. The things that you guys were saying is just, I really appreciated all that. So inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Love
very
you,
much.
Mom and Dad. Thank you so much for everything you've taught us over the years, and thanks for being such wonderful people.
It's our turn to learn from you.
That's right.
We're gonna take this. We'll take this to a whole nother level, and guys, we owe it to others to share this. It'd be selfish not to, right? So, thank you all. We're gonna have fun, Jesse. Tomorrow night, buddy. Let's
Hey, let's unmute the line real quick and let everyone say congrats to Bob for becoming an ER Shred Ambassador.
Yay, congratulations, Bob.
It's gonna be
Congrats, Bob. Great job, Bob.
Congratulations.
Excellent, Bob.
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Mr. and Mrs. Escobar, tremendous call. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Tony and Randy.
Amazing,
Very
Bob.
moving.
Bob, you look great.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, he does.
My daughter hasn't seen me
Congratulations.
since my daughter, who's 24, was living in Florida with her mother, and she's working now. But because of COVID, I just said, work room, stay in Sarasota, Florida. Why are you in Chicago? This is crazy. She hadn't seen me since May, and I saw her yesterday, Sunday, for the first time in what was that, 9-10 months. She was literally like shocked because, I have had that extra 20-25 pounds I've been carrying around for probably the last 6-7 years. I thought, oh, that's just muscle. A lot of bloat though, Sean, right? A lot of inflammation. Yeah, I got rid of the junk in the trunk, and it was fun. It was fun to see my daughter just light up like, oh my God, what you really have changed. And
Nice.
sometimes you just don't notice it. Sometimes you don't see it when it's happening to yourself. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart, everyone. And this